let's use that name.
All right. Another episode of the Superpowers podcast today. Chroniclilskip.
What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just been fucking hanging out in solitude, really. You know,
Mm, yeah,
just not
Corona
going outside.
fucking fucked, man. Everything's fucked. The world is crazy right now. We were
Right?
talking a little bit about it yesterday over Messenger. Um,
Uh,
I don't even know where you live or anything, man. What's going on where you're at?
yeah, I'm in the U.S. From Ohio. I lived there all my life, but I recently moved to fucking Huntsville, Alabama. So now I'm down here. Uh, it's all right. Like Huntsville in particular has been quiet. There's actually there's a let me see. So like we went into lockdown fucking in April.
Hmm.
So shit's just been kind of like closed since then. Then they lifted the lockdown at the end of April. So things have been like slowly reopening. Like people are still just doing takeout. I'm starting to see more people go into bars and like restaurants and shit. I'm not gonna fucking do that because I know the fucking coronavirus is still here. But surprisingly, like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but I was surprised like to see in Huntsville, Alabama, like people actually kind of taking it seriously, like going to the grocery store and stuff. You'll see people in masks and all that stuff, but that was interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, I live in Niagara Falls, Canada. So in Ontario, like we've been locked down since March, and it's still going on. I don't even know when it's gonna get lifted. So that's interesting that you
Uh,
guys only went like a month. That's crazy.
yeah, it was like this like whole half-ass thing, really. Like there's a whole like article about it, and it's like, all right, we're going on a lockdown, but here's what you can still do, and it's basically everything. I'm like, all right, I guess you just got to call it something, but not much really changed. Besides, I mean, people like out of work and stuff, but as far as like what people were allowed to do without getting in trouble was really nothing. Like I don't know,
Mhm.
but shit's starting to come back open. But I don't really go outside too much anymore.
Yeah, me too. And it's like I don't even know. Like I think like my life is like forever changed. I think I might even when shit's like fully open and like say the coronavirus is completely gone. I think I'm gonna stay home a lot more. I kind of enjoy it to be honest.
Right? Yeah, like they're telling me like, oh, like we might be able to start going back to work and blah blah blah. This and I'm like, we don't got to do that yet.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still, I'm still liking this.
Hmm.
We can hold off. But the one weird thing though is like I'm trying not to drink because there's something about like drinking while you're trapped in your apartment that makes you like feel like, oh, maybe I'm turning into an alcoholic. So trying
Yeah, I'm actually
to
drinking right
trying to
now.
stick
So
away.
yeah, it sucks, dude. Yeah, every
I
day
would be if I
almost.
didn't
Yeah.
run out.
Hmm. It's crazy. Um, yeah, man. So you're like a gaming channel, and then you comment over it. It's like commentary or whatever. It's fucking. It's good though. You're funny, and it like I don't know if I'd be able to do that because you're kind of like you're not like talking to yourself. You're more like interacting with the game, but it's
Right.
still like you have to like be spontaneous and figure out shit to talk about or whatever. Do you ever have like
Yeah.
problems with doing that?
Sometimes like my unedited footage, sometimes there just like be giant gaps of me saying nothing.
Mm,
And I'm fine with that. Like I don't want to force content. Like I don't want to
right.
make something seem like disingenuous or whatever. So like when I play, like I'll just play like how I normally do. So like it's actually funny. I remember when I was little, like back in like PlayStation 2 days, I think I was playing like Midnight Club or some shit. And my brother walked in, he's like, why are you talking to yourself? No one's ever gonna hear you. And now I'm fucking doing this shit. So like it's really just me, and like I play like how I normally would play,
Hmm.
and if nothing's worth talking about at the moment, I just won't like force anything. I'll just go until some shit happens. So
Yeah,
I do
that's
all like my
actually
shit like
awesome
live.
because like it is interesting and it is like edited down, which I like. Um,
Hmm.
it's good shit, man. And like I was saying, like you're hilarious. Like I was just like rewatching your some of your videos. You just did the one where it's like this game sucks or whatever. You're
Oh
like this
yeah.
game's trash.
Yeah, sticks. I was so disappointed in that shit, and it's like it might be my fault because like I couldn't sleep, so I was playing at like 4 a.m. and I was already
Mhm.
irritated, and then like I hate the game is like the character says all this like corny shit all the time. And I fucking hate that. It's like
Yeah.
everything about that game was pissing me off. But someone else was like, "Yeah, I got about this far in the game too," and then I turned it off forever. I'm like, "All right, so it's not just me. Like this game is actually annoying."
Yeah, for sure. And it's dope you're giving like your honest review, like a lot of people kind of just say everything's dope all the time. And that's kind of what I hate
Right.
about like YouTube in a way. It's like a lot of people just say you're dope, you're dope, you're dope. Like all my videos have like mostly likes and like 100% likes pretty much. And it's like, like if you
Mhm.
actually don't like it, please tell me. You know what I mean? Like leave a
Right.
comment, say, well, what I'm doing wrong, how I can make it better. But
Exactly.
it's like a lot of people are just like, this is awesome because I don't know, they don't want me to not like them or whatever. I don't know.
Right. That's the weird thing about being like weird and hard thing about being the small YouTuber. It's
Mhm.
like you need honest feedback. It's like I don't
Right.
know what the fuck I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing right. Like I need you guys to tell me so I can focus on it, you know?
Mhm.
And I don't know, that's been my biggest struggle so far, besides getting subscribers, but just feedback. It's like I seriously need you guys to like comment and like it, and if you dislike it, please tell me why. Like I need to
Mhm.
know so I can like get better at this shit because I'm not trying to just put out trash all the time, you know? But
Mhm. Do you have like any strategies that you've tried at all for getting subscribers?
uh social media, Twitch,
Mhm.
like so Twitter, I have like Twitter is probably like I get the most outreach on Twitter. And even then it's usually just people. So like what I'll do is like if I upload something or if I'm just like rewatching one of my old videos on my phone, I can like screen record on my phone. So like I'll
Mhm.
if something's like really funny that sticks out to me, I'll like capture that part, screen record it, and then put it on Twitter with like a caption and a link to the video. And it gets a lot more interaction on Twitter than it does the actual video, which is annoying. So I'm not really honestly, I'm not really having too much luck in the marketing part. Like I've
Mhm.
tried just like following random people on Twitter that are like into this stuff, and one guy in particular like followed me back, watched my shit without me even saying anything. It's like, oh, this is sweet, and he ended up subscribing. But like that's like you don't really get much out of it.
Mhm.
So I mean, I feel like part of it's just like you got to get lucky, you got to be topical, and hope that YouTube pushes your shit at the right moment. But I mean, I don't know, we'll see. But it's another thing that's weird too is like channels, like other gaming channels that have like way more subscribers than me. They'll come to me and asking for advice and shit. I'm like, dude, you have like 50 times more subscribers than me. I should be asking you, like, how the fuck did you do that?
Damn.
But I don't know. I'll figure it out one day, I guess. And then like
Mhm.
it's annoying too, because like you'll look at you'll try to ask people for advice or like find videos or some shit where people are talking about it, and they all say the same stuff, like, oh, you just gotta make videos, put videos out all the time, and uh blah blah blah. And it's like, I'm doing that. You didn't think I knew to upload videos on YouTube? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the whole fucking point of the
yeah.
website, dude. Like, I don't know.
That's fucking
I'll figure it out
hilarious.
one day. Or
Have you
maybe I
uh
won't.
have you done any live streaming at all? I don't think I've seen you
No,
live stream.
I was thinking about getting into that because the one thing that I like about it is, I mean, one, I already do my shit live anyway, so it's not something I'll be unfamiliar with.
Mhm.
And then two, I won't have to edit so much because all
Yeah.
my shit already be there. But then again, too, like another part is I like editing my
Mhm.
videos. I mean, it takes forever, but like the editing and the little, I don't know, like clips and shit maybe I can add in, or just like make the timing of stuff better,
Mhm.
is I think that adds value to the video. But I would like to live stream. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on YouTube or Twitch, but I don't even have a Twitch account, so I have to make one. But
I would
I
give
don't
it
know.
a shot on YouTube because like I think it helps like it'll help with your watch time. Like even if you have like one person watching you for a couple hours, like I'll watch you, I don't give a fuck. And then fucking then you get 2 hours of watch time right there or whatever, right? And it's like and people seem to like click on live videos more.
Uh-huh. I
So
could
it's
see
like
that because yeah, there's something about it. Like it's just like, oh, this shit's happening right now. There's like the little
mhm,
red live thing in the
yeah,
corner.
exactly. And then like they come in maybe at least for like a couple minutes and they'll see what's happening in the chat and then maybe they'll leave sometimes. But some people actually
Yeah,
like stick around, right?
yeah. I should try that.
hmm I
Just
would
gotta figure
live
out.
do live shit, but like for some reason like I tried and it's like it was just all sketchy. Like my internet is like too shitty, I guess. Which is weird
That
because
sucks.
like
That's
this
annoying.
works, you know what I mean? Like this seems fine.
Yeah,
But when
the
I
whole
try to
live video
live
call.
stream on YouTube. But maybe I'll try again one day because like I tried like a month or two ago and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I remember I got that the notification popped up. I was like, oh shit, Sab's live stream. Let me see what he's doing. And
And
then
you clicked
I
it and it
clicked
was
on it, and
over,
it
or
was
was it?
just like, yeah, it was just like it was just blank. And then I got a second notification. I'm like, all right, maybe he ended that one. He's doing it again. And then it was just like it was just blank again. It was weird.
Yeah, sorry, man. Like I was just experimenting. I didn't know. Like I still don't really know what I'm doing, right? It's like
uh,
all and like even my friends, like some of my friends' videos, it's like you can't comment on because they click like yes, it's made for kids, but they're not thinking like when you click that, that means it's made for kids. Like it's supposed to be
right,
kids content, not it's kid
right.
friendly. Like just because you're not
Yeah.
swearing and like doing anything bad, you shouldn't click made for kids. Yeah.
Yeah, that I had to think about that a couple times. I mean, one, none I could never fucking click that on any of my videos anyway. But I'm like,
Mhm.
even if I like, I think I forgot I put out something that just like didn't have it just didn't have any bad words. I'm like, oh, this one would probably fit into that. And I'm like, wait a minute, no, it's not made for kids, but it is
Yeah.
kid friendly. That you have to know that difference. Like you said, I didn't know that takes away the ability to comment on it though. If you do that, that's crazy.
Yeah, they don't
I mean, it
want
makes
people.
sense. Like you don't want right people preying on kids and shit and in
Yeah,
the
which is,
comments
yeah,
or
it's fucked
fucking
up.
with
Like I
kids
don't
in
know how
general.
comments help with that. Like, how are they gonna prey on the kids and communicate with them? I guess if it's their channel. Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
but
I
yeah,
don't really know how they would
it's
either, but
fucked up.
right. No one's allowed to talk to kids.
Hmm.
I'm fine with that.
So like, who are your inspirations on YouTube?
Ooh, for me, all right. So this is probably weird coming from YouTube. I actually don't watch that many people, but so I guess my story kind of starts like a long ass time ago. Like I wanted to do start making YouTube videos, gaming channel. Actually, like exact kind, almost basically what my channel turned out to be. I want to make a YouTube channel about like gaming and music. And I first had that idea back in like 2008 or 2009 or something like that. And I wish I could find it. I had like probably like 4 or 5 pages in a notebook filled back and forth with like video ideas and shit and like songs like I pair stuff with. So I had the idea back then, and then obviously I just had no idea how to get started. So like I'm in like it's way back then, so it just like went by the wayside. Then in like 2010, one of my friends showed me this guy named Critical on YouTube, and this dude's fucking hilarious. He just says the most like outlandish shit you could ever think of. I gotta cover up my fucked up hair right now, but he just says like the most outlandish shit ever, and it was so funny to me. It was his he made a video playing like the Oregon Trail, and like I swear, like this dude could commentate like he could commentate fucking paint on the wall drying, and it would be the funniest shit ever. I don't know how he does it, but
I
like
gotta check him out.
so
Critical. I don't think I've seen him before. It sounds kind of familiar,
yeah,
but
it's spelled really weird, but his YouTube channel is like it's penguins with a Z. Oh fuck, penguins with a Z, and then the number zero after it. But
okay, yeah, yeah, I'll write that down.
so yeah, I got into him, and then like subscribed to his channel or whatever, and then I was like, oh, this dude's really funny, and then essentially what happened was I still had that idea in my head from like 2008 that I wanted to make YouTube channels. And then by this point in high school, I was playing Xbox with this kid that I've been playing with since forever. And he was like, yeah, we should make YouTube channel. And then I was like, all right. So he did kind of more of the work to figure out how to like do it. And he's like, we need this thing called a capture card. But he lived in New York and I lived in Ohio. So there's no way we could like fucking share capture card. So that idea went away again. Actually, around that time is when that video, you saw like my like super first video, like old ass video.
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty sure I went back and like I tried to watch like all your videos or at least as many as I could. You don't have that many. You have like 20 or something, right?
yeah, it's not a whole lot. But that one I I took my mom's digital camera and fucking like tried to hold it perfectly still in front in front of the TV and just like tried to record the shit. That I did 2 videos like that. It was like that very first like shitty montage I made on Black
Hmm.
Ops, and then there's like a short video of like a fucking helicopter glitching out through a map, and I recorded both of those like that. And then I was like, all right, that's enough of that. So then the
Hmm.
idea went away again, and then it kind of like came back into my head. So like I started working at Taco Bell, probably like actually I think it was that same year. I made the little shitty camera videos, and I was like, oh, I should like save up money to get a capture card or whatever. And then it just kind of they were like pretty expensive at the time, so like I was never working enough to do that between that and like high school and shit.
Hmm.
So then it kind of went by the wayside again, and it always became this like thing of like I don't have enough money, or I have the money but now I don't have time, or I have enough money but now it's like kept going like back and forth like that. And then one day I finally said fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. And then that's when I made those those like old Titanfall videos that you commented on, I think. And those were like me like kind of like figuring like shit out, like how to uh edit and test all my shit out. So I guess it's like got really fucking long and convoluted. So long story short, inspiration, just like something that popped up in my head a while ago. And then this critical dude, and also this other guy, video game donkey, that my same friend that showed me critical showed me him like years and years later. And really the inspiration like that they brought to me was that like I liked watching their shit and I thought they were funny and they made like interesting videos and stuff.
Hmm.
And when I was having like shitty days, that was like my one uh like thing that would make me feel better. It's like laughing at one of their videos or some of the shit that they do. So I saw that like what YouTube could do for people, like if you have like a favorite YouTuber like that, like if you're having a shitty day, you can just watch one of their videos and then make you feel a little bit better. So that's
Right.
another part about it that I like. So that was the kind of like the last thing for me was being able to help people just like with shit, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So
Mhm.
with this like card thing, so is it you like put it into your PlayStation or something, or like do you have PlayStation, Xbox? What do you use?
Yeah, so that's the other part. So it's not actually a card, even though it's called a
Mhm.
capture card. It's fucking over there. I would go grab it, but I don't want to take up too much time. But like it's like a little like box. Like imagine like a little tiny for like simplification. Imagine like a little thin like rectangular prism like this,
Right, right.
and essentially you hook like one half of it up to your uh like system. So like mine's hooked up to my Xbox, and you hook the other half up to your computer, and then you have to download this game capture software and just basically run that while you're playing, and then it'll capture everything like game audio and all that. But
And then you also have your
the
mic plugged in, which it records that as well, or do you have to use like another program for that, or?
yeah, it can yeah, so you have your like your mic plugged into the computer also, and
Mhm.
then it can capture your voice at the same time. But I like doing that's how I started doing all my videos. And then like just recently, like a couple years ago, like 1 or 2 years ago, I started using a separate software to capture my voice when I play, because it just works out better. Like there's not so much
Mhm.
pressure, I guess, on one program to do everything. Because that's another thing, like it fucks up sometimes, and I've lost so much good footage over the years from
Damn.
that thing just like fucking up, or like my computer freezing or some shit like that. The worst is when you forget to push record, but a lot of it's from like my just like from the either like the hardware or the software fucking up, and it's so fucking frustrating. But um recording gameplay on PC, that was another issue I had with it, because it would never like it was really iffy. Like it would always capture the gameplay, but very like rarely would it actually capture any audio. So like sometimes it would just wouldn't pick up any gameplay audio, and a lot of times it wouldn't pick up my voice. So I just had like a bunch of like useless like images from fucking some game I was playing on my PC. So that was annoying. But luckily for PC, I found a different there's actually game capture software now that comes with Windows from Xbox, and it works a lot better. It's so much better. And it's you don't have to go through the hassle of hooking all this shit up to when you fucking when you go to play. So
Mhm.
you just like push a couple buttons, click record on the screen, and then it goes and it capture your gameplay. And the same thing, you can have it capture your voice too, but I just use my other program for that still.
Awesome, man.
The only
Awesome.
bad thing with that is that you have to, if you like minimize what you're playing or whatever, then it ends the recording, the game recording, so you have to start another one. But it's
Mhm.
still a lot better.
That's good, man. Cool. If you could have one superpower, what would you pick?
Damn, that's a good one. I, I'm stuck between like teleportation and flying, and obviously like super strength. But I feel like if you could teleport, you could just teleport yourself into the air and then fall down and then teleport yourself to safety. So it's almost like flying. So I'm gonna go with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, cool. That's a good answer, man. Yeah, a lot of people pick flying. I was surprised.
Plus, I'm always late to shit, so
Yeah,
to
teleporting
teleport,
would be
that'd be nice.
crazy, man. I always like Nightcrawler. He was dope. Mhm.
What about you? What would you pick?
I pick shapeshifting because then it's like you could just do everything, right?
That's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally fucking
Or it's
whatever.
like even if it's like limited shapeshifting and you can only like change into like animals or something. If you want to fly, you could just change into a bird. If you want to
Right,
be super strong, you could just change into like a strong animal or something. I don't know. Um,
right. want
Yeah.
cuddles, you could just be a dog.
Yeah, exactly. It's hilarious. Do you believe in ghosts?
Oh fuck yes.
Oh
Ghosts
shit.
ghosts are I don't know, I've had my fair share of paranormal experiences and like just about all my life. So like it started when I was actually yeah, like when I was in elementary school. So like the first house I lived in, uh I don't know why, but my mom had this weird ass doll and she's had it set like so in our living or in the yeah, in the living room there is this like we had like the giant old fucking like giant box big screen TVs and these like two big speakers on like either side of them and she had it set up on like the one speaker and depending on where you sat in the kitchen you could like see through the dining room into the living room and like you could see that one speaker and
Mhm.
this doll would like fucking move by itself, I swear. Like you'd be sitting there like eating or whatever and you look up and it's like peering into the fucking kitchen and then you like look down again and it's like in a different position. Like dude, that thing was so weird.
What?
I don't know what
Dude,
was up
that
with
would
that,
trip me the fuck out. If I saw that,
right?
something like that,
And
fuck.
there is a what was it? This other time, me and my brother were we had a TV room and me and my brother in a TV room or whatever, and it's right next to this. It was right next to the staircase, and it was I don't know. Sometime it was late at night. It was dark, and we just heard footsteps like running, like full speed sprinting up the stairs, and we were the only ones there. There's no one else there, so that was really weird.
Hmm.
And then let's see what's next. So after that house, um, moved to another house. That house is all also weird. Like I got weird vibes as soon as we like fucking moved in there. I'm like, this is haunted. And let's see, the weirdest thing that happened to me in that house. One night I was in the basement playing Xbox, and it's getting pretty late, so I like turned everything off, and we had like another entertainment center thing down there again, like with the speakers and all that shit. So I turn on my Xbox, turn off the TV, turn off the speakers, and I'm starting to walk up the stairs. As soon as I like reach the base of the stairs, the speakers turn back on, and this voice, I swear to God, this voice said "help me," and then it turned back off. And I was like,
Holy
"Screw that!"
fuck, dude.
I ran so fast in my room.
Why wouldn't you
It was
help it?
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I'm not touching that shit. I don't know. How am I supposed to help you? I'm not trying to get like possessed by whatever's keeping you in there.
Maybe
Like,
it's someone like hacked the radio frequency or something with a walkie-talkie and
I
they're
don't know.
kidnapped somewhere.
Well, they're gonna have to figure that one out, man. I don't know.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy. And
Mhm.
then like my mom always thought I was like paranoid. She was like, "No, you're just freaking out. I don't know like what's like what all this is about." And then after that, my mom was selling the house and we had a townhouse. And I was staying at the townhouse. My mom was at the house. And this was the last night she ever stayed in that house by herself. She was in her she said she was in her room and again it was late at night. She was in her room and she heard like what did she hear? She heard a noise in her closet and then it stopped and then like the she said she heard it again. It started like getting louder and louder. It's like a banging noise like against the closet doors.
Mhm.
So she was like, "That's weird." I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind
Damn.
of." And
That's weird.
then she said she heard like footsteps downstairs, like people running
Mhm.
from downstairs, like up the stairs up to a room, but there's no one else in the house. It's just her. So then she started getting like really weirded out. So she was like, all right, fuck this. And then she got in the car and left. And in the driveway, my brother's bedroom was like right above the garage. And there was a window looking into his bedroom. She's like, when I got in the car, I looked up into your brother's room and there's a face staring at me out of his window and that was the last time she ever stayed in the house. I remember she came over. She like when she got back to the townhouse, she was all freaked out, and it was really weird. I remember I don't know why I remember this. I was eating a bowl of Cheerios out of like a measuring cup because we didn't have our stuff unpacked yet.
Mhm.
And then she told me like everything that happened. I was like, see, I told you I wasn't fucking crazy like the past however many years we lived there. But I don't know. Those are my ghost stories.
Damn, that's fucking interesting, man. That's cool. I love hearing ghost
uh,
stories now. I always ask about that.
yeah, I don't
Um,
know. Something's out there.
definitely, yeah, there's crazy shit for real.
Mm.
If you had your own podcast, what would it be about, do you think?
Ooh, that's a good one. It's weird. Like, there's a lot of stuff I like talking about. Some of it's pretty heavy, some of it isn't. So it's like, what would you want to reel people in with? If I had to pick one, it would be about. I think what I do is I talk about serious stuff, but base it off of shit that comedians said, so that way it's still kind of funny. I don't know, because
Oh, like you
comedians
would
always talk
tackle
about
you would
serious
tackle
stuff.
serious subjects like abortion or whatever, something like that, and then like every episode some different serious topic.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if abortion is still a serious topic. Does anyone care anymore? Where do you
They
stand on
shouldn't.
abortion?
But so the other day I was at this park because I decided it was time to go outside for the first time in forever. And there's this like super old man in front of me and he had his shirt on. And what did it say? It was like, with abortion there's two victims. One's injured and what did it say? One dead and one wounded, and like the mother's the wounded one and the
Hmm.
child's the dead one.
Well,
As
clearly, yeah.
right. So I think that was the point of that. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. If I
Same,
mean,
yeah.
if my personal feelings on it, I mean, if it's early enough, like, then I personally don't see it as more than getting rid of, some cells that you don't want
Well, it could be like a
for whatever
person. Like
reason.
I still
But
think that it's like you're like making a person, but like who cares? Just kill them, whatever. There's like so many possibilities of people that could exist anyways. Like most people just don't exist, right? Like the best baseball player, the best guitarist, the best rapper, the best artist, all those people never existed, right? They're never born because like it's so crazy. Like these two exact people have to get together, blah blah blah,
yeah,
etc. Hmm.
that's the part that always like tripped me out about like childbirth and stuff. It's like even like for me, for example, like if my parents didn't go through the exact shit that they went to like meet up and like make kids,
Hmm.
like I wouldn't be here. Like if my dad would have met someone else, would that person
Yeah.
still have like my brain, or like would I be a part of that person? I just wouldn't exist at all.
Yeah,
Like it's
like
really weird.
it's crazy. Yeah, you probably just like I don't know, but like I think you just wouldn't exist at all, really. And it's like, what if
Yeah.
your dad just like jerked off one extra time? You know what I mean? Like he was done.
Oh shit! I never thought about that. Oh man, I better fucking number it then. I don't know. I gotta pick a lucky
Yeah,
number.
exactly. Yeah, if you're planning to have kids, it's like. And if you end up
Damn.
not liking your kids, you can always yell at them and like, "You're so lucky to be born." I think about that a lot, actually. Like how lucky I am to even be like a person, right? I could have been any animal, and
Hmm.
it's like being animals. Like it sucks. Like you're either like you have food everywhere, right? I've said this before, but it's like you either have food everywhere and you're like trying to eat, like you can just eat your food, but you got shit that's trying to kill you, or you're
Right.
that shit that's like trying to get your food, but it's like running away and there's not that much of it, you know? And then
Exactly. Yeah,
there's
I
like
think about
only
that shit
those
too.
two options in nature, I feel like.
Right. People are like, "Oh, if you could be any animal, what would you be?" I'm like, I'd be a fucking human. Being anything else sucks. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Everything else sucks complete ass. Like,
Hmm.
no. I don't want to live outside. I don't want to eat raw rats that
Yeah.
I gotta chase down. I don't want to be eaten by like a bird or something like that. I don't know. I don't want
Yeah,
to
we're
lick my own
so lucky,
balls like
to
a
be
dog.
honest. Yeah. Even like pets and stuff, like they're not free, right? Like I have the
Hmm.
option, I can just get in my car and I can just drive forever if I want. I mean, like I'd have to grab my passport if I wanted to cross the border, but to an extent I'm free, right? Like even like your
Yeah.
dogs and cats and stuff, yeah, they get free food, but it still sucks. They're just like when you're not home, they're like all bored and stuff. Do you have any pets actually?
I don't. I almost got a
Me neither.
dog, but I mean, I like animals. I like dogs, but I just don't feel like raising them. And I don't know. I don't think that should be a controversial thing to say. Like, if I don't want to
Hmm.
take my dog out for a walk every however many times, then I shouldn't have a dog. And I don't. I don't want to clean up shit,
Yeah,
so I don't. Like,
yeah. Hmm.
I don't know. But
They're a lot of
yeah,
work
I don't
for
have one.
sure. They're crazy. I have friends with pets, and it's like, man, I love their pets and love hanging out with them. But it's like, man, it's like I remember having pets, and it's like it
Hmm.
sucks in a way. Like you can't really even go on vacation. You gotta get someone to like
Exactly.
take care of your pets or whatever. Hmm.
Right. Like, there's so much stuff like that goes into it, and it's just like it's not for me right now. Like, yeah, like same thing. Like I love like hanging out with my friends' pets and stuff, but I wouldn't want to do that. Like I've watched my friend's dog before, and I'm like, yep. I mean, I love your dog, but this is why I don't have one. You know.
Hmm. I
So.
watched my friend's dogs when he went on vacation, and they like I left for like 5-6 hours, and they tore the shit out of his couch, ripped it to
Oh
complete
fuck.
pieces. Like the whole place was like covered with like foam and shit everywhere. It was like one of the
Oh
craziest
damn.
disasters I've ever seen.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, no, my
Yeah.
my friend's dog, that thing just like it loved biting up her couch for some reason. Like, luckily, it never
Mhm.
did it like on like the cushions or anything like that. But it just like tore up the bottom of the couch. I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah, some people with pets just all their shit's fucked. You can't have nice
Right.
things.
Yeah, like they're like the like blinds and stuff were like broken at the bottom from the dog like jumping at stuff
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
I'm like, see, like I couldn't do that.
Hmm.
I like my blinds. I like my couch.
Did you ever think about like with your videos to like put your face in them and like have your face in like in the corner really small or something?
I've been thinking about it. I was trying to do like I mean the reason I did it at first just because like it takes up you need more equipment and
Hmm.
I can get that stuff now finally. Um I don't know, there's also I just had this like weird thing about trying to be private, but I'm getting over it, so I think I might
Yeah.
do that. I mean, especially if I'm gonna live stream, I'm not gonna live stream like just a screen. Like
Hmm.
I feel like it would be more engaging if people could see me and my face and my reactions and interact
Right.
and shit like that. But yeah,
Some people are
I've been thinking about
successful
it.
without really showing their face, like Leafy. You like Leafy?
I've never seen his stuff, but I keep seeing him like everywhere.
Yeah, I've
What does he
kept up
do?
with
Does he
his.
is he like a troll guy, or does he like do gameplay and shit? Like, what does he do?
Yeah, he's pretty much like a troll essentially, I guess. So he used to like years and years ago, he used to just like upload a video a day, and he just like blew up out of nowhere, and he would like attack smaller channels and even like
Hmm.
kids or shit. He didn't give a fuck, and he would
Oh
just.
man.
And then fucking this guy named iDubbbz uh did like a content cop, which is like a series he does where it's like
Hmm.
he like attacks channels, and that like pretty much like destroyed Leafy's career. Everyone hated him. And
Oh
then
damn.
fucking so he just like stopped YouTube, right? He had like
Uh.
millions of dollars anyways, probably because he was getting millions of views on every video. So then
Hmm.
like years later, like now, like 3 years later or something, um has this girlfriend that does OnlyFans, right? So everyone was
Uh.
calling iDubbbz like a cuck and shit. And then Leafy just came back to make fun of him and like showed all these screenshots of like iDubbbz's girlfriend like hitting on Leafy before they got
Oh shit.
together or whatever. And
Uh.
so like now Leafy's back, I guess. Which is and everyone loves it. And now he's getting like millions of views again. It's crazy. It's
Yeah, I bet. All the
yeah.
fucking drama.
Hmm.
Damn, people love that shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I got suckered into it too, like a little bit.
uh Maybe I
Hmm.
should. I'm just gonna start fighting people like on YouTube. I'm just gonna like scroll through, just like fuck this guy, fuck that guy, and then see what happens. I don't
Yeah, I don't know if collabing is better like this or if like
know.
beef is better because like six
Right,
nine is like super famous and he just
right.
beefs with everybody. Everybody hates him and
Yeah, like
it's like fucking huge.
right. All he does is talk shit. Now he has all this stuff.
What do you think about
Maybe
this 6ix9ine shit? You all caught up on that or?
I don't know what's happened since he got out of jail. Like I saw a video where somebody like I think it was supposed to be one of his fans. Like they were skateboarding past his house, and they're like, "Oh, 6ix9ine lives here," and I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna get fucking killed now that everyone knows where he lives and what his car
Yeah.
looks like." But I don't know. I don't know what else has happened since then.
He probably moved or whatever. He moves all the time. But did you watch his like music video they dropped and shit? Gooba, I think it's
No,
called.
yeah, I saw he put something out. I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
It's crazy,
Did
man.
you see
Everyone
it?
hates him because they think he's a like. Well, he is a rat, I guess. Like, so, but he like even put like a cartoon rat over his face for part of the video and was like, ha 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 ha. It was just
Oh my
crazy, dude.
god,
Yeah, it was like,
he knows how to fuck with people so
yeah,
good.
man.
I don't know how no one's like beating his ass yet, but it's crazy.
Would you ever get any face tattoos, bro?
Oh hell no.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know how people do it, man. It's like so many people are getting the face tattoos nowadays.
Yeah, it just seems like it's just weird. I don't know. Like it looks weird. I imagine it have to feel weird too. Like you're just sitting there for how many hours and some guy's holding your face and like drawing on it with a fucking needle. Like I don't know. Wouldn't be for
Th-
me.
Yeah, think about it, what it's gonna be like in like 30 years or something. We have like these old men.
Right.
Like, I just can't. Like, I hope 6ix9ine lives to be 69, and we can see him with this big like
Right,
fucking.
everything just like drooping down, all these wrinkles
Yeah,
and stuff. It's like, what was that one? You're gonna be
yeah.
all like faded and stuff. I don't
Nobody
know.
even knows about Saw anymore. That movie's like old and shit.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna.
What kind of music you into, bro?
Ooh, literally, I can vibe with everything except country music. In my opinion, country music is the one bad genre of music, and I just can't do it. But
You don't
I
like
will
Taylor
say,
Swift, bro?
not a fan of Taylor Swift. But I mean, I like Lil Nas X if people count that as country, which I mean, I don't
That
really know
that one
those.
song is for sure. Yeah. Well, that's a
That
sick
and
song. Yeah.
I like Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash,
Mhm.
and I like uh West Virginia Country Roads or whatever the hell it's called.
See,
I
like
like
good
those
country. If you heard more good country, you would like it. But there is a
songs.
lot of like trash country, and like a lot of people
All
just
right.
say they like everything, but they hate country. You know?
Like I don't know, like a lot of it's just weird. Like a lot of it's just like the same stuff to me, and it pisses me off. It's like, oh, I drank a beer, and then I
Yeah,
sat on my truck, and
yeah, I was
then
about
it's
to
like,
say.
no, you didn't. You probably like
I beat
you
my wife.
did
You know?
right. It's like you recorded this song about all this like lowbrow shit that you probably did once, and then went back
Yeah.
home to your mansion, assuming your recording studio isn't in your mansion next to your Ferraris. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
It's I don't know. It all just bothers me. But I do like those songs. But I also think that part of the reason is I like those songs because I heard them played live by some random band in this little tiny bar in Austria the first time I was ever in Europe. So
Oh
part of
shit.
it's like sentimental. But no, I like the way they sound. I do like those songs.
Damn. So you've traveled? Like, tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I fucking love traveling. Recently, like my last couple biggest trips I've taken were both to Europe. So in 2017, that winter, it was in December actually. Yeah. Um, First time I went to Europe because one of my friends that I've been friends with since high school, the same guy actually that introduced me to Critical and Video Game Donkey. Um, so he went to college for, well, he's still in college, but he went to college for chemistry, and he also speaks German, so he minored in German. And when he was done with undergrad, he was applying to like grad schools and stuff. But he also came across this program to teach English in Austria. So he just applied to that one for the hell of it, and then he got that one, but he also got into grad school. So he was like, "I really want to do this." They're like, "That's cool. Go do that for a year and then come back." So he went. He lived in Austria, this like little tiny town in Austria. It was so dope. So he lived down there, and I was like, "Cool. I've never been to Europe. I've always wanted to go." And so I booked a flight. I flew into Munich, Germany, and oh man, that was a shock. It was cool. So like I finally landed. It's like 7 a.m. I think when we got off the plane. I was like walking around like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually in Europe. I'm in Germany. Like this is so like crazy. And I I get up to like the part of the airport where they ask you for your passport and everything. And like so like I'm all like dazed out. It's early. I'm like just like in awe that I'm actually in Europe. And the the passport guy takes my passport and he's like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" I don't know. Like, am I a terrorist, dude? I don't know. Why am I here? And then like I came back to my senses and I'm like, I'm just like here to visit a friend. And he's like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Well, I'll be in Germany and Austria." And then he just like stared at me, and I was like, I'm about to get arrested. and, then, and then eventually he was just like, okay, and like flipped and like stamped my passport and let me go. And I was like, what the fuck was that? And then so I immediately left from Munich to took a train down to Austria. And like I know a little bit of German. So like I was on the train, and the like train attendants coming around checking like everybody's tickets and stuff. And then she said something to me that I didn't catch. And then she started speaking, and there were two other ladies in the car with me, and they're like, oh, she said this but in English. And then I was like, god damn it, now I look stupid. And then anyway, so I get down to Austria. Then basically me and my friend just like hang out and dick around for a while. We we went on a couple hikes. We went up this mountain, and then we were like, oh, before we go up this mountain, we should go to the store and get like food and water and stuff. So I went to the store and we bought sandwiches and like a shit ton of beer, and we're like, all right, this works. And then we walked up a mountain, and then like by the time we got up there, it started getting like we got up there, hung out for a bit, and then it started getting dark. So we're like, all right, we need to hurry up and get back down. So we basically like literally ran down a mountain to get back to the bottom before we got stuck up there because it was too dark. But I don't
Damn.
know, we went. Yeah, it was cool. It was like, I mean, interesting and like little weird, but we did that, hung out. He showed me like around his town, a couple other cities. I met one of his friends. Then the second time was so much better. So I went back to Europe again. So this time it was the summer. It was like spring slash summer. It was like actually during this time. It was like I went left in the middle of May and came back in the middle of June. So this time, same thing. Uh, Except this time my dad was living in Germany because he was working there as an electrician. And then my friend was still in Austria. And then we had another friend from high school who's he's like a historian or something like that, or going to grad school to be that. And he was gonna be he was in Berlin. So my friend Angelo, that's his name. My friend, he was originally supposed to go down to. He was also only going to do 1 year in Austria and then come back, but he liked it so much he did another year, and then now he's in grad school. But so he was still there. So I flew. So the plan was go back to Munich, go up to where my dad was staying, which was near Frankfurt, see him, and then go down to Austria, and then we'll just like get drunk and dick around and figure out the rest from there. So I flew in. So this is a whole story. So flying from where did I go? I flew from Ohio to Chicago, and then um on the way to Chicago, that's what it was. The way to Chicago. So first of all, like this guy sitting across like on the opposite aisle of me, this dude is like the most nervous flyer I've ever seen in my life. I love flying. No, wait, hold on. Let me backtrack really quick because I just thought about something. I almost died on the way back from that first trip in fucking Canada. So now I hate Air Canada. I don't
Oh
hate them.
shit.
I'm really weary about riding with Air Canada. Like this is like a legit story. So we're
Damn.
like we had a bunch of bullshit like leaving Germany. Like we were like coming back so late, and so it was already a bad start. So like we're coming in the land finally, like in Toronto. And I'm like, all right, cool. And we're getting lower obviously because we're like approaching the runway, getting ready to land. I look out the window and I'm like, we're still going kind of fast. This looks weird, but I'm not a pilot. I know like I've dabbled around in aviation, whatever the fuck that means. But like I know stuff about aviation and aerospace and all that stuff. I'm like, I know stuff, but I'm not a pilot. These guys get paid to do this. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit of time goes by and I'm like, we're still going like really fucking fast and we are really low to the ground. So I'm like, nah, man, they got it. Like I'm trying to calm myself down. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And then there's it's like on the wings, there's these things that flip up, right? Like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
to
land,
slow you
they flip them
down.
up.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they're called the spoilers. So what you're not supposed to do is flip those up while you're flying because what they do is they stop the airflow so that the wings don't generate lift. And if
Mhm.
without lift, the plane just stays on the ground. So if you're in the air and you stop lift over the wings, you fall out of the sky. So I start seeing them play with that, and I'm like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like, I'm not a pilot, but that's not what you're supposed to do. So we're coming in, we're over the runway now. I can see the runway over the ground, and they just like flip them up and leave them there. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna die. So we fall out of the sky, we bounce, hit the runway, literally bounce off
Mhm.
the ground. Half of the plane, like this part of the plane is still on the ground. This part's in the air. I look to my left because I'm on the right side of the plane. I look to my left. The wing is this far away from the ground. I'm like, we're about to hit the ground, cartwheel, and blow up. And like everyone's freaking out. And then like so the pilots hit the brakes like on the wheel. So the plane falls back down to the ground all the way, and we all fly forward and then they let go because we all flew forward and then the plane starts taking off again, so then he just like slams the brakes again and then we all like get whiplash and then we finally like slow down enough to turn off the runway and we all just looked at each other in silence like, did that just happen? Like we all just almost blew up, right? Like
Wow.
that's a common consensus we're on. We all just almost died on this plane. So that's my near death experience of flying. And then I almost missed my other flight
Did everyone
because I didn't
clap at
realize.
the end? You know, sometimes people clap at the end of a flight. Did they clap at that one?
No, I wanted to, but I think everyone just like was stayed silent because we were all in shock. Like that just
Yeah.
happened, right? Like the pilot didn't even say sorry. Like, damn, man, you almost killed us. You could at least say sorry. Like,
Yeah. Hey, sorry,
but,
folks. Yeah.
yeah,
This is
my
your
bad.
pilot speaking. My bad. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my Air Canada story. But anyway, second time traveling to Europe. That was really cool because there's so many people there. I got to see so many different parts of Europe. Found out Frankfurt sucks. Sorry if anyone from Frankfurt ever sees this, but I do not like downtown Frankfurt. It
Don't
is like
worry,
if
I
you want
doubt
like
that'll happen.
the only reason I would ever recommend going to Frankfurt is if you need to go to like some fancy European bank, if you just like want to get stabbed with a meth needle, or you want to like see prostitutes. Like those are the only three reasons to be in Frankfurt, unless you're passing through to go somewhere else more normal. Like it was such a sketchy city. Like literally as soon as I got off the train, the first thing I see is one meth head like stumbling towards me, and then another one on the ground, and the cops like trying to talk to her, like, what are you doing? And it was I'm like, all right, I should probably just leave now, but I didn't. I just kept walking in, and it's so weird. I mean, there's some nice parts around it. Like you can like cross these bridges and go into like a more sane part of the city, but like that central part is fucking nuts. Like there's just like prostitutes hanging out of the window. There's just like shady people all outside of every fucking building. But like, I mean, I guess they got some nice clubs, but I don't know. Frankfurt's crazy. Never want to go back
Hmm.
unless it's the party or like get stabbed with a meth needle. I don't know. A fucking heroin needle. But I don't know. So yes, got to see a whole bunch of different stuff there. And then after I left, my dad in Germany stayed, flew down to go see my friend in Austria, and then we did the normal get drunk and be stupid stuff. And by that time, it was the end of his like school like teaching semester or whatever. So he had all this free time, so it worked out really good. And then weird turn of events. So like I got down there later than I was supposed to. So we were gonna go to this like pool party like a couple days out, but it was like where I just came from. So we were like, I don't really want to go back. So we hung out with this other friend instead, and we went down to like the border of like Austria and Slovenia, or I think it is. And there's like a bunch of like wineries and stuff. So we just went and like got drunk off of wine all day. And then he didn't. His friend didn't because he was driving. But I mean, he still drank, but he wasn't like fucked up. But anyway, later that night we come back, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm having a cookout on Friday, and now it's the day we're supposed to go to the pool party. So we're like, all right, we'll go to that instead of the pool party. So we go there, we're hanging out, little party thing, and his brother shows up, and somehow like we start talking to his brother, and his brother's like, yeah, do this, that, whatever. And also I fly airplanes for fun. Like well, not for fun, he used to, and now he does it commercially, so he can get paid for doing it. And
Mhm.
he's like, I'm actually going flying tomorrow. You guys should come. So we're like, all right, dude, we just met. We'll get in an airplane with you tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
so he comes. Next day comes. We're like hungover, and we're like, we need to wake up so this dude can come get us. And then get ready. He comes, picks us up, takes us to this little like airstrip or whatever. And we're in this like little ass tiny Cessna 172, like the size of a Prius, maybe, probably smaller. And he takes us up. It was really beautiful seeing all this stuff because like Austria has all these mountains and shit,
Damn,
and
that's
like
sick, dude. That's actually
yeah,
dope. Like,
it was the most incredible like random series of events that's ever happened to me.
huh.
So like it was really sweet. And then like one part that like threw me by surprise. So we were up in the air, like I'm sitting in the front, my friend's in the back, the other guy's flying,
Mhm.
and there's controls on his side and my side. And like there is one time where we like hit like a big bump of like wind, and my hands flew up and I almost hit the fucking controls, and I was like, oh god, I'm sitting on my hands now. So I did
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
then like later on I'm just like filming stuff out the window on my phone or whatever, and then I couldn't really hear him that much through the headset, but apparently he said he was giving me control of the plane. I didn't hear that. And then so I'm sitting there like zoned out, like enjoying the sights and shit. And he's like, all right, you got it. And I was like, what the fuck did you just do? So like now I'm flying the plane. I'm like, this is bad. So I'm flying
What?
this
You
plane
actually
like
flew
over
the
these
plane?
mountains.
That's
Yeah,
so
it was
sick, bro. That's
yeah.
awesome.
That's
Damn.
hands down the coolest thing I've done ever. So that
Woo.
was really sweet. So
That's
it
so
turned out to
cool.
be a really cool trip. We met up with our other friend that was in Berlin. We met up with him in Spain. Uh, did some shit that we weren't supposed to do there. Went to Andorra. I never heard of Andorra before, but like I was really drunk and they were talking, like my friend and my other friend were talking, and then like something, something, something Andorra. And then we looked at a map and there's like, it's right there. And then the next thing I know, we're like getting up to go there the next day. I'm like, all right, I guess this is a place. And it was like, it's this really like tiny, tiny place on the border of France and Spain. And it was really cool. It was really scenic. Not much like for us to do there because it's more of like a like you'd have to go there for like a resort or something. I feel like if you're a tourist to actually like do stuff. Apparently people go snowboarding and like skiing there. But I mean we just again got drunk and did stupid shit around the city and then went back. Almost got arrested a couple times. Luckily we made it back. Um then we left Spain and our friend went back to Berlin. Me and my other friend went back to Austria. So we flew into Vienna, and my friend's birthday was coming up. So his friends in Vienna just so happened to text him like, "Hey, your birthday's coming up. You should come up to Vienna and like hang out, get drunk." We're like, "All right, cool. We're drunk now, and we just landed in Vienna, so we'll just come over." So then we went there to his friend's house, friend's apartments or whatever, and then like some of his like friends' family was in town. So it was fun. We just basically did more of the same, did stupid shit around the city. Um, I think we tried going to a club, but it was closed for some reason. So then we like went to like a playground or like a park or something like
Yeah,
that, and we
yeah.
were just like hanging out there or smoking cigarettes and drinking and all that stuff. But it was fun. And then
That's
eventually I
awesome.
had to
That's
come back home.
crazy.
Yeah,
Man, I went to Thailand for a couple weeks. I was supposed to stay for a month. It was crazy. Like I've been all over the place, but like Thailand was my favorite. So if you ever get the
really.
chance,
I
I would
keep hearing
recommend
good
it.
stuff about that. I keep
Hmm.
hearing good stuff about that. Like there's this guy I used to work with that like he loved it. Uh,
Hmm.
didn't tell me too much of what he did, so I'm assuming something not too good happened, but he still loved it. I don't know.
Well, for me, it was all good experiences besides like crashing on the moped, but like it's just like
Oh, what?
amazing. Yeah, so like I wiped out on a moped pretty bad. I was supposed to stay like a month, and then I only stayed like a couple of weeks because a couple
Hmm.
weeks in I wiped out on this moped. But it was fucking crazy, man. Like everything's just so cheap. Everybody's so nice. Like it's weird. It was like a different like culture, I guess, where it's like even like the tourists were all like super nice to each other and friends. It's like I just made friends with like everybody that I would talk to almost, and it's like here it's like you see people you never like interact with them. Like at least me, like
Yeah.
like at the bar you never go like, hey, you want to hang out? But I would have like people doing that to me, like guys, girls, everybody was just like super social and then like
Hmm.
fucking. It was just like a big party the whole time. It was crazy. Everything was super cheap. Like food was cheap, drinks were
That's
cheap.
great.
Like there was like I went to this like full moon party thing when it was like
Uh-huh.
10,000 people on a beach. I did mushrooms. Like you could
Oh
just get
crap.
like mushroom milkshakes from the bar. It was like it was
Damn.
like it
That
was
sounds so fucking sweet.
yeah, dude. It was just so crazy. Like fucking man, like fucking. It was like the best time of my life. Probably. It was so crazy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that
Hmm.
sounds great. But I think maybe it was Thailand. There's somebody else I know they went there and there's the same thing like about the friendly people. There he was like they were at like some bar drinking and there's like this like older couple there and like everyone's so nice and like the couple invited them back to like their place and they just like kept drinking and hanging out and it was like they said it was like really weird thing about it now because they could have gotten like robbed or something like that but they were just really nice to them. They gave them a place
Hmm.
to stay for the night and like food and more shit to drink, but that's cool.
Yeah, you hear like all the bad stuff on the media, but there is like a lot of good people out there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like
I got
especially
lucky.
go ahead.
Oh my god.
Well, I was just gonna say like especially in Thailand, you hear like a lot of bad stuff, like a lot of fucked up shit. But I didn't experience any of it firsthand. But
Mm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's gonna be shit like that everywhere you go. Somebody's gonna be trying to like I don't know, rob or kill or sex
mhm.
traffic someone. Unfortunately, that's not funny, but like
Yeah, it's
it
fucked
happens,
up.
you know.
Yeah, I get it. It's like a nervous laughter. Like I do that too. You gotta laugh or cry, right?
You're
you know.
right. Yeah, but yeah,
This
it's
has been
crazy.
dope, man. I think we've been talking for like about an hour. I don't know. Did we start at
Oh
4:30 or
shit.
I think we started like a little bit after? But
Yeah, it was a little bit later.
yeah. You want to plug all your shit? Is it like do you want people to follow you on Twitter, Instagram, or that stuff?
Oh yeah.
I'll
I always
definitely link your YouTube for sure in the description.
sweet. Yeah, one annoying thing too, like I always like put my like links down there and they'll never like finds it. But anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, so you can find me YouTube, Chroniclilskip27. That's probably really hard to sound out and spell. But think of like chronic like weed,
Yeah.
Lil as in like short for little, skip as in like you're skipping because you're happy to watch my shit, and then number 27.
What's the
So you can
27 for? What's the meaning
it was
behind the
just
name?
uh honestly nothing. Like it was just my gamer tag from like middle school.
Mhm.
Honestly not really sure where it came from.
Even back
Uh
then, you were like, Chronic, fuck yeah.
yeah,
Smoking
it was
weed.
weird. Like I remember playing like Call of Duty 4 and shit, and like all these like people like, oh, you smoke weed and shit, right? Like your name's Chronic. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I need to like pass this language arts test or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, uh, but yeah, Chronic Little Skip 27. You can find me that way. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I think I'm making an Instagram. Still weighing my options, but I think I'll
Do it,
probably
man.
yeah,
I've got
honestly
like
do
a,
this.
a Twitter and an Instagram I just made. They both have like nothing on them, so it probably looks like a fake profile to people. But I don't know why a fake profile would ever use my face. So, you know, but like you still gotta have them because you gotta like if you actually want to like get subscribers and shit on YouTube, you gotta like promote yourself everywhere you can. At
Yeah,
least that's what I think. But
yeah, I've been
I
thinking
don't
about
know
it.
shit. Yeah.
Especially with the phone I have, I'm like really happy. I got the Samsung Note 10, and it has the screen like recording shit on it, so I
Mhm.
can just like go. I've been making like I make like little snippets of like my videos that are already up on YouTube, and I can probably just record that shit, put it on Instagram, and
Yeah, man, you
hashtag it
should
and
even
stuff.
start a TikTok too. Like I think everything,
Really?
fucking Snapchat, all that shit. Get it all. Man,
Yeah.
I got 2 friends that blew up on TikTok, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Wait, two
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, I got a second one. Well, the second one's like not as big yet, but I think he's
Uh,
gonna get there. He's got a video with like 50,000, I think, and then maybe another one with like 100,000 or 150,000.
mhm.
And
That's
then
crazy.
yeah, it is sick. I don't know, like fucking, it's weird. I don't know how that algorithm works. It's fucked. It's like sometimes like shit'll just blow up on there. But yeah, man,
uh,
thank you so much for doing this. This was dope.
yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'd love to do another one, or maybe come on. I don't know, literally anything else you do.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I got a couple other podcasts like in the works. I don't know what's going on with Checkmates. You've seen like an episode or two of that, right?
Yeah. I think I saw the first. Saw like a good handful of them. I can't remember how many it was, but yeah,
Cool,
I
yeah.
remember seeing those.
Dope. Yeah, I would love to get you on there. I don't know if David's still doing it because he's like one of my friends that's blowing up on TikTok. So it's like he's trying
Right.
to put like all his energy in that. So like
Hmm.
if he gives me the channel, like right now it's like 50-50%. So it's like I have to wait for him to be ready. And it's like, man, I'll do my own on there. I'll play chess against people. But then he's like, no, I don't. I want to be involved in all of it. So it's like, but yeah, it'd be dope to get you on there, man. That'd be sick. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
All right, man. Peace out. You're the man.
Peace out.